We are ready to talk about Review and Preview 5.3.1. Our first question with 71 says she's trying to find the area of the entire rectangle. She has already measured one side, the long side you can see, which is 10 centimeters. And it asks you which other length or lengths could she measure to be able to find the area. So your job would be to decide between side A, B, C, or D. Which of those should she measure, and how will that help her find the area? Question 72, we're talking about making cookies. In part A, it asks you to make a diagram. Your job would be to diagram 2/3 of 3/5. So think about whether you want to make a diagram like Grant, Oliver, or Sonia. Show me the diagram that works for 2/3 in part A. Then part B, you'll add to your diagram, showing us 3/5 of that. And then part C asks you to write out the multiplication expression and tell me what you get for your answer. On 73, we've got some points that are being put here on this coordinate plane. Part A asks you to name those points. There are 4 points for Jack, 4 points for Jill. So on each of those points, when you're labeling them, make sure they are inside ordered pairs. A comma separates the X and the Y value. Then for part B, it asks you to give the name of one more point that Jill could draw so that she would have 4 points in a row. Based on what you see, there are 2 possible correct answers. But again, for part B, show that inside the parentheses. On question 74, it says complete each of the following statements. Basically, you're trying to find equal ratios. So for part A, if one cat has 16 whiskers, 7 cats would have blank. So we're going to say 1 to 16 is the same as 7 to blank. The way it's written on your answer sheet, make sure you have labels for those answers. Same thing for part B and part C. Write out what they show you, what they tell you to start with, then decide how can I make that an equal ratio based on what they're asking you to find. Question 75, draw generic rectangles to find each of the following products. It looks like for part A, you're going to have a 2x2 rectangle. And for part 3, there's a 3x2 rectangle on your answer sheet for you. Start by filling in the dimensions around the outside. Multiply those dimensions to get your areas, and then add all of those areas to find the total.